I'm Charlie Jelen with Trane Energy Services, and a quote I really like is, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." And I feel like a lot of people in the decarbonization space are on the back end of that quote, where they want to decarbonize, they want to reduce their carbon emissions, but the plan to get there isn't necessarily evident. And adding to that complexity is the fact that there are multiple pathways for decarbonization. There isn't a one-size-fits-all approach for these projects. One of the pathways, especially if you have carbon neutral ambition or you're looking at net zero, is electrification. So let's say that you have a carbon neutral by 2030 goal, and you have a natural gas asset that comes to end of life. You are at a crossroads, you're a fork in the road. You can replace like for like on one side and potentially look to source offsets or retire that asset early, or on the other side, you can look at electrification. And that decision is only going to get amplified into the future. Countries are rapidly bringing on more and more renewable energy, gigawatts of renewable energy every year. So we are going to be leaning into electrification for the decades to come. Now, going back to that original quote, a goal without a plan is just a wish. For our clients whose goal is electrification, we're helping develop that plan to maximize the benefits of electrification. And there's a few key considerations that clients can take on the front end to make sure that we're doing that. The first one is grid emission factor, which is essentially how clean or how dirty is the grid where the project is located. If we're going to push more energy out to the utility grid, ideally we're going to do that in locations where the utility grid's already pretty clean. The second consideration is the cost of energy, or the cost difference between natural gas and electricity. The closer that spread is, the faster electrification projects are going to pay off. The third consideration is system efficiency, right, which is heavily dependent on the technologies that we bring to the table and how we design them into the system. The last one is incentives, and that could be at the federal level with the Inflation Reduction Act, or at the local level through state and local utilities. Right, as we start to layer in these considerations, it's easy to see how action in this space becomes difficult. But that's where we're helping our clients cut through all the hype and develop the plan that delivers on client goals.